Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful evening out there tonight, and under the light of the moon tonight, I have never felt more honored to join you to discuss all things Descendants and Zombies related. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that. You are watching the latest episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs on our YouTube channel because this YouTube channel was created by us for the fans of Descendants and Zombies. It happened overnight. Just as fast as I could snap my fingers or blink my eyes, this YouTube channel became a global phenomenon and touched the hearts of millions of people because of each and every one of you. It never happened because I decided to upload videos at random about Descendants and Zombies. It happened because so many of you believed in a franchise and saw the worth in a franchise when everybody just decided to criticize it without even giving it a chance. And that's what I noticed about Descendants and Zombies fans, was how incredibly supportive you were of your niche. You fell into this niche, you fell in love with the characters, you fell in love with the moments that you felt inspired by, and I'm here to tell you guys I see nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you've heard the news that Freya Sky is going on tour. Tickets go on sale on October 30th at 10 a.m., and everybody is so excited about this news, but it's exactly what I told you was going to happen. It's exactly what I predicted was going to happen. And even if that means that I have to get behind Freya Sky for the rest of my life and upload videos about Freya, I will do that. I see no issues with that, because you guys have deserved far better in the way of reviews, and you've deserved to be convinced of hope existing out there for people like Freya and Kylie Cantrell, who have seen their fair share of criticism which they don't deserve. I see a big issue with critics uploading videos about people they don't know the first thing about. They obviously don't know how to show Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell the respect they deserve and give them much of a chance. They're criticizing Kylie and Freya without giving them a chance, and I see an issue with that, especially with a girl watching videos about Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell every night on YouTube. So because you're watching videos of your favorite stars and you believe in them so much, the least a reviewer on YouTube can do is upload a review that's actually worth watching, and something that you can take away from feeling inspired about the future of people like Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell, because indeed there was a future in store for them, and I'm really excited to be a part of it, because I know what it's like to grow up a fan of Disney and feel inspired by musicals like The Lion King and High School Musical and Nightmare Before Christmas and Hercules and Gargoyles and Bonkers and Darkwing Duck. I can go on for hours, because I used to come home from school, throw my book bag down, and be so excited about the latest episode of Hercules or Gargoyles, because I know what it was like being a fan of Disney. I was really cool. I was a guy who was pretty much considered a loser, but I thought watching Disney was cool back in the 90s, and it really was cool watching it back in the 90s. You know, Kylie Cantrell always talks about being a fan of 90s nostalgia, and I think, you know, growing up in the 1990s, it was associated with a lot of nostalgia, but I think that it's cool that Kylie Cantrell actually realizes that and wants the opportunity to go back in time. And if I could pull a Phineas and Ferb and take Kylie Cantrell back to the 1990s, I would take myself up in the opportunity to witness the rise in popularity of the Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Westlife, NSYNC, seeing them get their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which I think is in the future of Kylie Cantrell. It may not be happening for her right now, but you give Kylie Cantrell about 20 years, and I think she will be in the conversation of having her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So too will Freya Sky, and how that is going to happen is because you guys show her an incredible amount of love and support, and you outshine all the criticism that she's getting. I'm really proud of Freya that she has this tour happening for her, and tickets are going on sale as of October 30th. That will be the night before Halloween. As of 10 a.m., tickets will go on sale, and I'm sure they're going to go out like rapid fire, and every venue is going to sell out for this. But it's exactly what I was saying. You guys just got to believe in hope for the future of Descendants of Zombies, and just shy away from the critics, because what the critics are telling you is only what they want you to believe. It's just a question of matter what, if you believe it or not. And I think a lot of people, you know, are somewhat convinced about what the critics are saying, because that's all you see on YouTube, are videos filled with criticism. And I've kind of wanted to take that away from you guys with this YouTube channel, because you know Jonathan Clarke knows what's up, and he's not going to tell you any lies about Descendants of Zombies, and he's going to tell you the truth about Descendants of Zombies, because I see it for what it's worth. I see it as a fabulous production, where dreams and hopes and everything else that ties in with it can become a reality for you guys, because every tour for the Worlds Collide Tour, every tour date opened up with how dreams can happen for everybody. And I really appreciated that with Kylie Control, because a lot of celebrities don't open up tour dates like that. Every venue they sell out, they just open it up with, I'm so thankful to be in your guys' presence. Thank you guys for coming out. Drive home. Be safe. And that's it. Taylor Swift shows an appreciation when she performs, but she doesn't show it as much as what your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars show it, because there's a certain amount of heart and dedication that I think goes into each performance for your favorite Descendants stars, because they believe in the moment and they're appreciative of the moment, because they're appreciative of each and every one of you. And the feeling is really mutual coming from the fans of Descendants of Zombies, because your love is unconditional. And that was proven to be more apparent than ever before for me, because I was just a radio show host and a YouTuber that wasn't really being taken serious. I hadn't fallen into a niche that was incredibly supportive of me until I discovered the power and the dedication behind Descendants of Zombies fans. You guys took a YouTuber seemingly overnight and made him into a celebrity because you're always subscribing to his YouTube channel, and that I can never seem to put into words enough how appreciative I am of each and every one of you. Guys, you need to know that no matter what happens to me or wherever I go from here on out, I will never forget the love and support that you guys showed this YouTube channel and what you guys did for me. Because you guys, I've never had this many subscribers. I've never seen quite a huge response for videos like I've been doing, and I've produced over 3,000 videos of whatever you could think about. I've talked about video games. I've talked about TV shows. I've pretty much been a fan of everything. I've talked about pro wrestling. I was a fan of wrestling for years. And I pretty much conquered the industry because of my opinions on it. And now I'm conquering the Disney and Nickelodeon franchises because of my opinions that I get to share with each and every one of you. But my opinions have nothing to do with criticism. And that's what a lot of people resort to doing, because they feel as if people are YouTubing criticism about, say, Ariana Grande or Freya Sky, for instance. And I don't see the point in doing that, because I know what it's like to be a fan of whoever you're a fan of. Many years ago, I was a fan of Jessica Simpson. And when I tell you I was a fan of Jessica Simpson, I thought the sun shined out of Jessica Simpson's eyes. I thought she was the most incredibly beautiful person in the entire world that ever existed. I thought that there was nothing that you could say bad about Jessica Simpson, because there really wasn't. I mean, a lot of people chose to criticize Jessica Simpson for her beliefs and her opinions and her choices. But that was just resorting to criticism because they had nothing else to criticize. I mean, Jessica Simpson was incredibly beautiful. She could sing any lyric, put a lyric to a melody without even thinking about it. And that's what was so passionate coming from Jessica Simpson's heart, was that she believed in everything that she did. So as a result of finding out about Jessica Simpson and discovering who she was, I fell in love with Jessica Simpson. And I supported Jessica Simpson until the day that, she moved on and chose other career ventures and what have you, other projects. I love Jessica Simpson so much. I had the Jessica Simpson poster on my wall. I thought the sun shined out of Jessica Simpson. So I know what it's like to idolize somebody like Kylie Control for you guys, and what you want to see on YouTube, you're not really being offered by people because they just know how to criticize everybody. And I think that's without giving them a chance. I think if we had more of an opportunity shown for Kylie Control and more opportunities in the way of roles for Disney Channel movies and big-time productions like Aladdin and The Lion King, I think definitely Kylie Control will be shown more respect than what she's been given. But I think that every single time Kylie Control misses her friends and she's crying because of what a critic says about her, I think she needs to think about how some of her greatest fans are each and every one of you. Because you have turned Kylie Control into a superstar seemingly overnight. Her resume definitely speaks for itself. I mean, Gabby Byrne and the Unsettables is just one way of looking at it, but then you take a look at other accomplishments from Kylie Control. High School Musical, the series, which was fabulously collaborated for Disney+. Then you had Berserk, a reoccurring role as Tessa. Then you had Jasmine as Raven's Home. So I've seen Kylie Control have every opportunity given to her, and I think that there are more opportunities on the horizon for her, especially after the success of her EP, which a lot of people did choose to criticize. I know because I saw every video that was ever uploaded about Kylie Control's EP, and people are also choosing to criticize Freya, but again, you guys are what matters. What you think about Freya Sky and Kylie Control is what outshines every critic on YouTube. And I think that the more that we don't buy into what the critics are selling, because if you buy into what the critics are saying and give them the reactions they're looking for, then they accomplish their dreams of shutting down your hopes and dreams. And that's never what I wanted to do. I wanted to shy away from all the criticism. You know, years ago I would go on PerezHilton.com, and I never really liked Perez Hilton for his opinions on people like Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan at the time, even Jessica Simpson, because I was a huge fan of celebrity blogs, and I would blog about celebrities when I had the time. And you know, I'm blogging more now than I ever had because of my popularity exceeding my expectations on YouTube because of each and every one of you. My issue lied with how Perez Hilton felt about people like Lindsay Lohan and Hilary Duff because he didn't want to give them much of a chance. And I think that if he was still blogging now, which he is, and knew more about quality control, we'd probably be reading more about quality control on his website. Now, I haven't seen anything about Perez Hilton in recent years, but I remember how criticizing he was of all these celebrities without giving them a chance. And I would go back and forth in emails, exchanging emails with Perez Hilton, persuading him to have articles removed. And I went above and beyond the requirements of a YouTube creator to have some of these articles removed, because I really believe that if you're going to talk about a celebrity, talk about them while still presenting a chance of hope existing for them, because they're just like each and every one of us. They're just trying to figure out their place in the world. Quality control is 20 years old. And when I think about it, what did I know at 20 years old? I thought I was the coolest guy ever. I didn't really know much about life, and I was just trying to figure out my place in the world. I didn't know where I was going at 20 years old, and I think that quality control is kind of in the same category right now. But that doesn't mean that quality control won't get there, and that quality control won't find her light. I've always believed that everybody has a light, and it's just a matter of how and when they find their light. Some people find their light before others, but I really do believe that everybody has a light, and everybody needs to take a chance on a dream and a hope existing for them. And I think that quality control, through inspiring each and every one of us, can feel inspired through how we feel about her. And I'm hoping that more people will find out about who quality control is, even if that means I have to upload videos for the rest of my life about quality control, because I've been around for a very long time, and as I've said, I produced over 3,000 videos on YouTube, but the greatest honor of my life came in the form of falling into this niche and being supportive of your favorite stars, Dove Cameron, Kylie Cantrell, Ruby Rose Turner, Malia Baker, who I watched on Are You Afraid of the Dark in 2022. They filmed that during the pandemic, and I remember being captivated about how they brought the Midnight Society back after all these years. Are You Afraid of the Dark premiered on October 31st, 1990. That was over 35 years ago this Halloween. We're a couple of days away from the anniversary of Are You Afraid of the Dark. So the original Are You Afraid of the Dark series aired from October 31st of 1990 up until 1995. And then they took a reprieve and they revamped the series with some of the original cast members by 1999, and that aired from 1999, season 6 through 7, aired from 1999 up until the turn of the millennium, the year 2000. And I remember watching every episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark and thinking it was the scariest show that Nickelodeon had ever produced. But I remember realizing the potential of all the original Midnight Society members, and how far they went with their careers. Rachel Blanchard and Carlos DeSanto and all these people that were a part of it. And then I saw Malia Baker redistribute Are You Afraid of the Dark and be a part of a cast that went on to achieve so much more than what a lot of the critics thought it would achieve. And I remember seeing the first promos that of Nickelodeon redistributing Are You Afraid of the Dark, and knowing that Malia Baker was going to be a part of it, I was really excited about it. And then the Babysitters Club and what have you. It was a whole lot of fun watching the rapid ascension of your favorite Descendants stars. Obviously, Descendants allowed them to achieve a lot of rarity and a lot of criticism too, but I think that somewhere, somehow, we've been able to outshine every critic in how they felt about Kylie and Malia, because I think that whatever they could find to criticize, they did. From their friendship to how they felt about life, how they had a lot of unanswered questions about their future, because the future sometimes is very uncertain. Because the thing about time is time always runs out, and it's all about how we spend the time that we are allocated, and sometimes we don't know how much time we have left or how time is going to treat us, but the thing is, it's all about how we spend the time that we are allocated around the ones that we love, and how we fix the mistakes sometimes that we make, because we're all far from perfect. And I think the thing that the critics need to realize, which they're never going to realize, is that people like Kylie Cantrell are just like each and every one of us, trying to figure out our place in the world. And, I remember 20 years old playing PlayStation 2, because when I was growing up, I grew up as a millennial, so that was around the time PS2 had been premiered, and I was playing a lot of games on PS2. I didn't know where I was going, what direction my life was heading in. I just thought I was the coolest guy ever. I didn't know I was going to have a YouTube channel that was going to have almost 3,000 people having subscribed to it. And I sit here today with over 3,200 people subscribed to a YouTube channel that I don't deserve to have subscribed to it. But from my heart to yours, you guys got to know that I will forever and always support your favorite stars, no matter how long it takes me to really drive home the point that these stars deserve more respect than they've ever been given. Do I think Kylie Control should be crying her eyes out every night because of a performance she gave and how somebody feels about it, uploading videos to their YouTube channel? No, I don't. Do I think Meg Donnelly should feel discouraged thinking she's not good enough? No, I don't. Because on the other side of the spectrum, on the other side of the coin, like a two-faced coin from Batman, because I was a big fan of Batman too, I really do believe that Meg Donnelly is a beautiful girl. And I really do believe that Kylie Control is beautiful, inside and out. Ruby Rose Turner is just absolutely gorgeous. I can't forget to mention Ruby's name. I think I never fail to mention Ruby's name on every video blog that I ever throw up. If you are a fan of Kylie Control and Ruby Rose Turner, thank you for being a fan. Thank you for loving them as much as what you have. Thank you for trusting in me to provide you with great commentaries about Descendants of Zombies. Because I am very excited about the future of these stars. And I believe this story is far from over. So because I believe this story is far from over, there's so much more of a story to be told. Which makes it so fun for me to be here, to tell that story for you over and over again on this YouTube channel, because I really do believe that people are just wanting it to get to a dramatic conclusion. And I absolutely love how they say dramatic conclusion all the time for Descendants of Zombies, because this story is really far from over. And if you believe this story is far from over, then my heart goes out to each and every one of you, because this story has so much more to be told, so many beautiful characters to see their introduction into a franchise that can have so many characters in a franchise, especially with Princess and the Frog characters and characters from Encanto coming into the franchise. I'm really excited about it. I am excited for the foreseeable future. I'm excited about everything that Descendants of Zombies has coming its way. And the stars, of course, Freya Sky has tickets going on sale for a world tour now on October 30th. I wish I could get tickets. And I wish I could sit in the crowd with each and every one of you just to feel the energy in every venue and have the opportunity to review it. The greatest honor of my life came in the form of this past summer, having the honor to join you to review the Worlds Collide Tour. And seeing how happy you guys were to be a part of the Worlds Collide Tour. It made it all worth it. Every single moment that I was a part of, I watched the tour on YouTube because I couldn't get tickets. So I watched the whole tour on YouTube, and I was blown away by it. It was a 2-hour production. I thought it could have been longer, but you know what they did with the 2 hours was great. The special effects were outstanding. The dance numbers were incredible. The energy that Kylie Control and Freya Sky brought to that stage is energy I will never ever forget. And to be honest with you, I've experienced a lot, but I've never experienced anything quite like this. And it was because of you and how you really believed in these stars and how much you believed in Descendants and Zombies. I'm here to tell you guys, I think it's cool being a fan of it. I think it's cool being a fan of whatever you're a fan of. I mean, you guys showcase your passions for Descendants and Zombies all the time, uploading your own videos. And some of the best videos that are ever uploaded to YouTube are videos from fans. I wish more fans would upload videos about Descendants of Zombies because you're so dedicated. I mean, I'm always watching videos that some critic uploads, and it gets quite boring sometimes about how critics feel about people like Kylie Control because they don't know anything about Kylie Control. They don't know what she loves, what she dislikes, and I think they're just pretty much finding what they can to criticize about her, and I really don't want to have to watch that on YouTube. So when a fan goes out of her way to upload a video about Descendants of Zombies, I am very appreciative of it. And I'm very appreciative of you taking the time to upload your videos, like from the Worlds Collide Tour, how you guys recorded vlogs, I'll call them, about your time at the Worlds Collide Tour, your outfits, and purchasing gifts for your favorite stars that you had the opportunity to present them with. I think not only you guys were appreciative of it, but they too were appreciative of that moment, because moments like these only happen once in a lifetime. And I've been on YouTube for a very long time, but I have never seen anything have quite a profound impact on my heart like Descendants of Zombies went on to have. I love talking about Descendants of Zombies for those of you who have newly subscribed to this YouTube channel, and trust in me, I will never let you down. And I will never ever go away. I think that if we're going to talk about Descendants of Zombies, that's exactly what we should do. I could record a reaction video, which I've done before, but recording a reaction video about Descendants of Zombies doesn't tell you anything about me and my passion for video games and my passion for Disney and all things related to it. I think that if you're going to talk about Descendants of Zombies, you should commentate on Descendants of Zombies. I challenge every other critic on YouTube to record a full-length commentary on Descendants of Zombies and see if they can do it. Trust me. They can't, and that's why they don't. And that's why they use AI to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies every single night to this platform. That's the reason why over 3,000 people have subscribed to this YouTube channel, because they know Clarke knows what's up, and every single time he's going to come through with a commentary on your favorite star. No matter if it's Kylie, Ruby, Malia. I remember being a fan of Kylie Control ever since her very first YouTube channel video. It was called Hello Kylie, and she reviewed Sam and Cat on the very first episode of her show. I remember being a fan of Sam and Cat, and I remember how dedicated Sam and Cat were to those roles, and how Ariana Grande and Jeanette McCurdy brought two characters to life. And I actually just read an article on the iCarly movie, which is under production, slated for 2026. I'm excited about it. I'm excited that iCarly has a future in store for it. I like the reboot. I like the original series. So when I hear people like Kylie Control reviewing it, I can never seem to get enough of it. I'm very appreciative of how people feel about nostalgia. I'm very appreciative of how you feel about Disney and how passionate you are about Descendants of Zombies. And I've just wanted to honor that for every video I've uploaded. I think I'm the only guy that actually reveals who he is when talking about Descendants of Zombies. I know some people do reaction videos about it, but I think that I'm one of the only top 5 guys on YouTube that actually review Descendants of Zombies while revealing to the world who he is. And I've done that for forever, ever since I launched my radio show out of my parents' basement, which was very poorly financed back in August of 1999, and eventually transitioned over to YouTube. It was the greatest honor of my life to be able to broadcast to a worldwide audience and share my opinion on Descendants of Zombies. It really was. And it's an honor that I will never, ever forget. Guys, seriously, thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. Because you can choose to criticize Descendants of Zombies without recognizing the potential that comes with these stars or the future for these franchises. And mostly you do it because you don't really know anything about Descendants of Zombies. But if you actually took the time to break down the story and understand how Kylie Control feels about how people feel about her and feels about life, I think you would have a greater appreciation for Kylie and Malia. And that's all I've ever tried to do with the power of these videos and the power of YouTube, is reach a global audience. And I've never felt more honored to be the voice of Descendants of Zombies, to sit behind this microphone every single night and record for you a video about Descendants of Zombies, because I think there are more fans of Descendants of Zombies than ever given credit for. And you guys will forever and always have this YouTube channel to let me know how you feel about Descendants of Zombies as we showcase our passion together. Because there's no better way to get to Descendants 5 with Wonderland and Zombies 5 by 2028 than by getting there together, because we're fans of Descendants of Zombies. And if we're going down, we might as well go down and die together, because it's Descendants of Zombies or die. That's pretty much a way of life for us now, and I've never felt more honored to have met so many wonderful people over this last year. It's been a year that I will never ever forget. Guys, seriously, thank you for an incredible year. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed to this YouTube channel. I hope to get more subscribers in the foreseeable future. But guys, seriously, thank you for such an incredible year and giving me the honor to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies, which nobody else could ever be able to do or have the honor of doing. Because you guys gave me that honor from the very first video that was ever uploaded on this YouTube channel. It was really a hit or miss for me. It was go big or go home. And we certainly went big because of all the people who subscribed here, because they were fans of Descendants of Zombies. Because a dream starts with your heart. It's a wish that your heart can only make. And I think more dreams are becoming a reality now and are that much closer to everybody than they've ever realized because of the power of Descendants of Zombies. Guys, seriously, thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, you're probably going to want to do that. We will talk again tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. as we do every day about Descendants of Zombies. And I have a whole lot to say where that goes, which I hope you will join me for. Until then, be kind to each other, because kindness really goes a long way in this world, because life is that much sweeter when we all are. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody, in the foreseeable future. We will continue this conversation and pick it up where we left off tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. If you have not subscribed or rang my bell, you're probably going to want to do that to stay up to date with all the notifications happening for this YouTube channel, because you're not going to miss out on all this action. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke. You have been watching the latest episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs. Thank you guys so very much.